Hi Taurus, and welcome to your June 2019 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. I'm really happy to be here this month and speaking to you all because your energy is really undergoing a big shift. I've been looking forward to the Taurus reading actually because I've felt it really strongly, and I think there's some incredible messages coming forward for you. As you can see, if you're looking at this reading, you have some really beautiful and a little bit more difficult energies coming in. I'm looking at that Five of Cups, Five of Swords, Eight of Swords energy, and I'm not surprised that it's there. We have 3 retrograde planets right now, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. And if you've seen the videos that I did specifically for those, which I'll put in the description box below if you haven't, you would know that it really does bring a lot of these old pains or difficulties to the surface. And that's what I want you to remember as you're going through this month, Taurus, is this is not something that makes me crazy. This is not something that is damaging me. This is something that's coming to the surface. If you're seeing that you're not loving the way that you're acting, or you're not loving some of the feelings that you're having, whether that's coming from within you or a reaction to what someone else is doing, you have to remember that it's just something that's coming to the surface. And through that, I feel that you will quickly overcome a lot of it. So really working on your relationship with how you emote, how you react, which will be highly dependent on your moon sign for sure. And I actually just did a video on moon signs, which I will put below. But anyway, you have to, I feel, gain a new relationship with how you emote. Not necessarily the way that you emote, but not being upset at yourself for the way that you do, while still overcoming anything that might be toxic. So overcoming toxic relationships, overcoming seeds that were planted within by perhaps a very toxic person in the past that are still growing within you despite that person no longer being there. I feel it to be a month of pulling out the weeds, really getting past the letting the true beautiful plants grow. The weeds are stopping your flowers from growing within. That Seven of Pentacles, I'm looking straight at it, that Three of Wands. There's a new growth happening, and you have to get out some of the weeds in order to really get on that. Ten of Cups is your central theme this month, so there's an opportunity for marriage, union, commitment, taking relationships to the next level, falling in love is possible, or taking love from the past back once more. There is a great possibility through overcoming some of these things to definitely pull in a great person, but you have to be able to come past what has been hurting from before. It's easy to dwell, I think, this month. It's easy to grieve. It's easy to feel nostalgic or to miss somebody or miss something. So I would allow yourself to have that because that's natural, especially with a Pluto retrograde. It does make you think of the past and it does dredge it up. For some people, it can be more of an inconvenience. Some people are I don't want to deal with the past. But for others, it can be just very sentimental and nostalgic and a little bit painful. So you have to see that you might be experiencing that this month, and then you have to embrace your overall growth from it and understand that you are who you are. You can grow. And I just feel you being a little bit stuck in how you communicate with yourself, especially how you communicate with yourself regarding the past, how you communicate with yourself regarding where you're going right now. That can grow for you right now, and you have to remember that it will. Don't deny yourself growth this month. There's so much growth to happen. Okay, Taurus, let's go ahead and get into the week to week and shine some more light on what's coming up. Week number 1, you have Seven of Pentacles, rooted down by Eight of Swords. So again, you can easily sap your growth starting here if you want. So Eight of Swords, I feel, is the covering of your eyes. It's like blindfolding yourself to the weeds that exist, or the psychic vampires or the narcissists in your life that exist. And by doing that, you cannot actually grow. So stagnation is possible during that time, and it is for everyone with a Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto retrograde. It's easy to stagnate. It's easy to get back on an old path that doesn't work. But at the same time, all of us have to go back and reap what we need. So I've used the analogy before of knowing that you have old clothes that you want to get rid of, and going back and realizing that there's money in the pockets. So reaching in, getting the money out of the pockets, and then donating the clothes to charity. You have to be able to reach back within to what wasn't working before, take out what is valuable, and know what needs to still be gotten rid of. It's that discernment. So discernment is a big key word for you this month. Okay, week number 2, you have Three of Pentacles rooted down by Four of Pentacles. So I like that chronological order for you. You are I think really wanting to work with other people. So not being so solitary, not being so alone is your sort of surface mission during that time. So teamwork, really, even apprenticeship or new jobs, new social experiences are definitely coming in there. And I think that that serves as a good opportunity for you to get out of your own head a little bit. I've been telling everyone this month, you've got to get out of your head a little bit. You've got to get into your body. You've got to get grounded. Changes will be made. There will be new changes in scenery, new types of experiences that are very different than who you were before, or make a change within that changes who you were before. That is possible this month. And for you, it's coming through socialization and coming through what you gain from that. So Four of Pentacles, rooting that down, also says that you're holding on to something, and that can prevent that socialization that we're talking about. I see Taurus kind of needing to be a social butterfly, or coming into a place where that's going to feel more right for them. And Four of Pentacles does kind of pull back from that a little bit. It can weigh you down. If you're wanting to move really high, Four of Pentacles can keep you low because there's a strong desire to hold on to everything. It's like an anchoring energy. So do think about that in the second week. Is there something that you are being held down by? Have you oversaved money? Have you been too frugal and are now held down by a lot of assets that are very valuable but aren't really giving anything to you despite having innate value? It could be a time where you need to spend on yourself. But again, with a Saturn retrograde, you have to budget carefully. It's easy to accidentally spend too much. So I just, again, recommend discernment for you this month, Taurus. Week number 3, Five of Swords, rooted down by Three of Wands. Yes, it's possible to go on a wild goose chase during that time. It's possible to feel at the disposal of someone else, but it's not all bad because you're going to be seeing the new opportunities based on that. So any type of person who tries to take advantage of you, any narcissistic person in your life, any person whose intentions are not pure towards you, only open the door to the next beautiful chapter. There's a quick give and take. There's a quick turnover of experiences if they're not good. So I do want to remind you of that, and hopefully you will take comfort in knowing that if something is not right for you, Taurus, it's really quick to see like the level up. It's really quick to see the next chapter. You're not going to fall into a rock bottom. You're not going to fall into a void if you have to have the breakup or if you have to move on with a situation. I feel you being afraid of the void, or afraid of like not being, or not having connection, not being connected. So that kind of keeps you in codependent ties. And I just want you to know that through cutting those ties, if it's necessary, again, discernment, because it doesn't mean that all of you need to go and cut ties with whoever's in your life. But when you realize that someone is not right for you, through moving on, moving forward, it's so quick how much like options and new horizons come forward. So just remember that as you're navigating this month. Week number 4, Six of Cups, rooted down by Five of Cups. Again, chronological order there. I like it. It's easy to go backwards emotionally, so reverting back to the way that you used to be. And this is again why I'm bringing up that analogy about the old clothes, is because there is a past regression potential here, and that's not always bad. You're going to be seeing something from the past. You're going to be seeing a door open relating to the past, and it's important again for you to be able to reap what's valuable from that and still be able to move through the present and move into the future. You're a bit of a time traveler this month. You could so easily get caught up in pain in the past. You could so easily find yourself stuck in like nostalgic torment. I'm going to call that nostalgic torment with Six and Five of Cups together, because there is a niceness about it. It's almost like the happy memories of the past are haunting you. That's really what it is, I think, for perhaps all of you, feeling haunted by happy memories of the past. And you have to be able to see the formula. This is hard to communicate. The formula of enjoying your present is the answer to overcoming torment of happiness from the past. So you're feeling tormented by your past happiness because when the past was the present before, you didn't enjoy it as much as you think you should have. So now you try to enjoy it and it's just painful. So you have to understand how to enjoy the present. You have to understand how to take in the present and not be so caught up in other times, because that's what cues up this situation where something difficult happens and you just find yourself like in the present looking back to the past. And again, Taurus is not a super past-centric sign, but it can be. It goes through phases of it. There's way less past-centric signs than Taurus, and also more so. But you just, and everyone, regardless of sign, deals with the past when there are so many retrogrades going on. Okay. And again, 10 of Cups is your central theme this month. So throughout all of this, there's a union, there's a commitment, a marriage, and this could be a union with yourself, finally getting on your own side, finally getting on your own good graces, enjoying yourself, forgiving yourself, self-forgiveness, self-discipline. 10 of Cups can be a lot about self-discipline, because in order to have a family, in order to have a happy relationship, a thriving relationship where you can't just like lift your arms to the sky in perfect bliss, it requires a lot of discipline. You can't just spout off whatever words you want. You can't just live in complete spiritual anarchy, because 10 of Cups is not reachable in that moment, because in order to have that bliss, there has to be a lot of self-love. And self-love is not just a matter of doing whatever you want whenever you want because it feels right. It's a matter of knowing and operating in your own integrity. So discovering your own integrity is a big thing this month. Discovering how you can marry yourself, marry your project, marry who you are, will bring in the right person, especially if you're single. So single people can be proposed to or start a really great love relationship through implementing self-discipline in a positive way. So I definitely want you to come out of this reading, Taurus, thinking about, what does positive self-discipline look like for me? What am I betraying within myself? And through answering those questions, I want you to move through the month employing new tactics to overcome that. And I think you'll come through like a totally changed, incredible, stronger person, okay? Anyway, everyone, I so hope that this reading has resonated for you. Please hit the like button because it helps get the video out there. And as always, your comments and subscriptions make my day. And if you wanted to help support my channel and understand more about your moon sign in astrology, you can click the center of your screen to pre-order my new ebook, which will be coming out in July, called Moon Symbols. It's an astrological guide toward healing your moon. It goes through all the moon signs, houses, phases, and sort of lays out a map of how you can utilize that knowledge to feel happier and more stable in your life. So be sure to check that out. Description box below if you wanted to support my channel on Patreon and get these readings early and ad-free. And yeah, let me know how you're doing in the comment section below, Taurus. We'll be talking soon. Much love. Bye.